Hi and welcome to today's reading. Thank you for joining me here today. Today we have 3 piles and the question we're asking is, what career path would be the best for you to follow? This is a question that you may want to receive some guidance or perspective on. So I hope today the reading will be helpful for you, that it will give you some perspective on a possible career path to follow, and just hopefully widen your ideas. And if anything doesn't resonate in this video, please use your own intuition and just take the advice that you feel resonates within you and just disregard anything that doesn't. There may also be information in other piles, let's get into the reading. Please pick a pile now. Hi pile 1, this is your reading. Today we're asking what career path would be best suited to you. What career path should you possibly follow? So you have picked this beautiful red jasper crystal, and it is really vibrant and red, very deep, strong color. So let's see what comes out in your reading today. Over here we have a mixture of all sorts of different cards. We have oracle cards as well as tarot cards, and we will start first with these cards and get an idea of what is a possible career path that is best suited for you. What job should you next step into? Alright, so the first card we have is the Swan Spirit, which is time for a deep dive. We have the Beaver Spirit, which is lay a solid foundation. We have the Moth Spirit, which says surrender now. And we have the Hawk Spirit, which says, let Spirit be your guide. Okay, so with the cards that I'm seeing here, we have a lot of variety in the types of animals that have come out. We have the swan, which is a very graceful and sort of careful creature that glides across the water and lives quite peacefully and gracefully. Then we have the beaver, who is a creature that is constantly building, collects and gathers things, is always kind of building the foundation for something. So always hard at work, a very hard worker the beaver is. Then we have the Moth Spirit, and the Moth Spirit, or the moth as a creature, is an animal that goes through a lot of transformations to become what it is. It's sort of like the butterfly. It is a caterpillar at one stage, and then it goes through a whole transformation and comes out to be the moth. And it is a creature that you mostly see at night. You also do see them in the daytime, but moths, I think, mostly are more visible at night because they kind of go towards the flame, they go towards the light. So that's I'm getting a couple of interesting ideas of careers with these. And then we have the Hawk Spirit. So the hawk is an animal that is very, very sharp with its vision, with its direction in life, able to see the way forward very clearly and sort of go for what it wants in life. The hawk kind of sits very high in these treetops and looks down and kind of surveys the landscape, and if it sees a mouse or a lizard or something, it will just swoop down, grab that opportunity or that food, and it will, you know, take it straight away. And it takes its shot, and it doesn't, it's not very often that the hawk loses out on its food when it does spot something. So I think that's very interesting when it comes to what career would be good for you, because we have such a variety of different creatures here that it's like jobs that like immediately with the beaver, I'm thinking of something in terms of construction or making of things like DIY, where you are building something yourself, you're building it from the ground up, you're creating something that was not there before. So that's how the beaver works to create its dam, its little house in the dam is like it builds it. So I imagine that could be something maybe that is a strength of yours, is building something from the ground up. So that could also relate to even a business. A business is something like if you start it yourself, you are going to have to take those steps and build it from the ground up, and also making sure to build a very solid foundation as you're going. So I think that is possibly with the beaver kinds of jobs that I see, or kinds of careers that might be suitable for you. I think whatever career you go into, you have a spirit that is very graceful in the way that you do things. So that's kind of what I'm seeing with the swan, like why the swan is in this reading, is because I think that any opportunities that you see, you are someone who will just naturally like flow into them and do it very gracefully, that other people will kind of wonder, like, how has this person just so smoothly done this thing, whereas actually you are someone who works really, really hard, but that's all behind the scenes. You know that you're a hard worker, but other people will kind of see you as being the swan, as just like easily and gracefully gliding into a new job opportunity. With the moth, I kind of get the idea that whatever career path you choose to follow, it's going to be one that is going to require you to be up late at night. So there's going to be a lot of late nights kind of involved in the beginning of starting whatever job or career opportunity this is because you are that hard worker. So I think sometimes turning off the work hours is going to be a little bit hard, but I think that's only because you are very focused and determined in creating a career and a job for yourself that is, you can see that it's going to work out. Like you know that you're putting in the work, you're prepared to spend hours into the night working if that's what it takes, because you see an opportunity for yourself that is going to work out. So I think I definitely get the idea here with a lot of these cards, and kind of having gone over them now, is that the ideal career path for you would be some kind of thing that you start yourself, because I definitely see with these cards that you have the characteristics and the traits within you to go about it in a way that is very, very graceful. You're putting in the work, you're prepared to put in the hours if necessary, and you are determined and very insightful on your way forward. So I think something that you start yourself could be a really, really, really good way to go for you, and that can be in a huge variety of different avenues. But let's take a look at the other cards and see kind of what comes out with them. So these cards are going to give us some extra ideas about what career path would be ideal for you to follow. These are just picture cards, and they come out usually with some really interesting visuals. So let's see how this adds to the message of what career would be best suited for you to follow. Okay, so we have this image Hopefully you can see that clearly. But yeah, we'll kind of lay them out and then we'll talk about them individually. We also have this image, which is very interesting too. We have this image, as well as this image. Okay, so these are very interesting cards. Definitely will need a little bit of extra interpretation here. But I am seeing some things that are kind of connecting here. So I do, in this card and this card, both of these cards, there's a lot of nature. You can see a lot of plants and flowers that are blooming. So first of all, that's telling me that you could be quite drawn to a career that would have to do with something to do with nature or growing something. Kind of planting some seeds and growth. So I see that whatever path you do follow, whether it's whatever line it's going to be in, it's going to be very fruitful. It's going to grow and it's going to bloom and it's going to foster. So don't worry about that. There's a lot of very, very positive potential here for whatever career you do end up following. But I do think that it could be to do with nature, with growing something, starting a business that's to do with, it could be like in gardening, it could be working at a nursery, like a plant nursery, it could be opening a flower shop, it could be even something artistic that has to do with drawing and painting of flowers, some connection with growth. So it could also be in farming, in anything to do with protecting the earth and the environment in some way. I think that could also be, I do in both of these cards, besides seeing the nature there, I also see a lot of balance. You can see how this little figure over here is balancing on this bigger figure's sword or whatever that is. And in this card we have this beautiful kind of interplay of balance here. I guess this man is sitting on the top there. He's balancing on one of those spinning tops. So it's like everything is spinning round and round, but yet he's still able to maintain a beautiful balance up there. So I think that balance and finding balance within whatever career path you choose next is going to be very important, because maintaining that balance is going to enable you to run this career or build this business or start this new venture very smoothly. So always make sure that that could also be a message of going out into nature when you feel very confused on your path. Could just help to kind of reset your balance in your direction in life. I see here with this card, there's a lot to do with music. There's music and there's animals. So that could also be something that your next career path is connected to. Could be to do with like starting your own, starting to sing, like put your music out there if you're a musician, maybe you want to teach music to others. It could be, even with animals, to something to do with a career that has to do with taking care of animals, or so there's a few options there. There's also these puzzle pieces, and puzzle pieces kind of make me think of the fact that maybe right now at this current point in your life, you're still trying to sort of find the way and figure out, like, obviously that's probably why you're watching this reading, is trying to figure out what career would be best for you. So I just see that with the puzzle pieces, it makes me think that don't worry too much, because I do think everything is going to kind of fall into place. The ideas will start to roll, and to everybody else it's going to look like it all just came so easily and gracefully, because that's just how you function in life. But all the pieces are going to kind of fall into place. So yeah, don't worry too much. With this card, I see here that the look on this child's face is kind of that of surprise, and for that I think that whatever path is going to kind of pop up or become available or sort of come into your scope of vision is going to be something that maybe you didn't expect to get into. It's going to be kind of a little bit of a surprise for you, an unexpected sort of career path to follow, or a career opportunity that may arise. I think that you will kind of come across it just quite suddenly, because the way that this child is just kind of, it looks like he's just opened the door and he's come across a scene that is kind of surprising to him. So I think that it's just going to be kind of this something that you don't expect. This doorway is going to open, and it's going to be a possibility that will be really fruitful for you, but you're not going to expect it. It's going to be something sort of unexpected. Okay, let's go into, these are tarot cards that will help give a little bit more ideas about the career path that is best suited for you. So we have the Eight of Pentacles, we have the Queen of Pentacles, we have the Four of Wands, we have the Ace of Swords, we have the Four of Cups, and we have the Knight of Wands. Okay, so I think right now, this is your energy right now. So you're kind of just like sitting there and you're just like, I have no idea what I'm supposed to do in life. I don't know which direction to go. But the thing is with the Four of Cups is that the universe is kind of preparing something. There's a lot of things that are happening that you don't know, and it's just about to be offered to you. This opportunity, this path forward in your career is just about to be offered to you. So even though this is kind of how you're sitting and thinking right now, don't worry too much, because literally the universe has prepared a really awesome offer for you. And the rest of your cards are super positive when it comes to the tarot. What I'm seeing here is that with the Ace of Swords, the way forward is going to become very clear to you. You're going to get that hawk-eye vision about what direction to go. And this card, as we said in the beginning, it does actually say let spirit be your guide, and this other card said surrender now. So don't worry too much. The universe is preparing an awesome offer of a career path for you to follow, something that you're meant to do in this life, something that your soul has always been calling to, because with the Four of Wands it's kind of like something that is just meant to be, because the Four of Wands talks about soulmates and a soul tribe. So it's just something that's meant to be, and when you discover this path, you're going to get absolute clarity on it being the correct path for you, and you are going to be able to celebrate the fact that you have found something that will work for you, something that you've always wanted to do but you didn't kind of expect to do that thing. I see that with the Knight of Wands, this is going to be something that ignites so much joy and passion in you to continue in this career. And I'm literally smiling when I'm saying this, is because I think this is really how you're going to feel when you discover this way forward. Is you are going to be so excited about every day getting up to do this thing that you are doing, and that you're adding to the world and putting out there into the world, and it's going to just bring you so much joy. And things are going to move really fast, because you see how that horse up there is just jumping, it's leaping forward. So I feel like once you get onto this correct, or this career path that is possibly the best one for you, you're just going to leap forward, and things are just going to roll, and everything's going to go really gracefully with that swan spirit in the beginning. And this opportunity, whatever it is, whatever path you figure out is going to be best for you, it is going to be very, very full of abundance, because the Queen of Pentacles is someone who has found her purpose in life, and she is just living every day in that purpose in beautiful harmony, and she is super, super abundant. So I definitely see that your career, the path that becomes available to you, is going to be so full of abundance. And the green in this card is definitely making me think again of like something to do with nature or outdoors or hiking even. I mean, I see like a lot of these cards with the tarot that have come up are to do with being outdoors. So possibly that connection to some career path to do with nature and the outdoors, with growing things. I mean, we see here, and we talked even about farming, I see here like farm fields and crops and a tree growing. So this huge growth kind of factor. Also see over here with the Eight of Pentacles is this kind of falls back in line with being the beaver spirit that came out in the beginning. There is going to be a lot of hard work that's going to be involved in this career path, but it's going to bring you so much joy that it's not even going to feel like a job. You're going to be so willing to put in that hard work that it's going to just be a super, super easy and ideal flow for you. I see here these candles burning. That does kind of make me think back to that moth spirit of you're going to have to put in those long hours, sometimes staying up at night, but it's going to all be worth it in the end, because basically you're going to be super abundant from this career. So yeah, I think that's really beautiful. There's some really beautiful cards here, and I always think with like these rainbow colors is just that for me color is the sign of joy and hope, and I think that this job, this career path for you is going to just bring you so much joy and happiness, and yeah, you're gonna love it. So that's super exciting. Okay, then we have this card, which let's see what else this tells us about the best career path for you. Okay, so we have the card of authenticity, which says, let your truth be heard. Let your truth be heard. Okay, so I think that we have a lot of connections here to the cards that have already been. We have another horse, we have a rainbow, we have more animals, more trees, and the color red, which brings us back to our crystal from the beginning. And red is all about the root chakra. The root chakra is being very rooted and balanced in like your connection to the earth and to your life and to others. And I think it also speaks about being very confident in your ideas. So I think that's really interesting. With authenticity, I think it just is telling me that this career path is going to require of you that you are your most authentic self. So you are showing up every day, being true to who you really are as a soul on this earth. What you think and you feel is really the real true you. So I think that's beautiful to get into a career path that allows you to be yourself. I think that's the ideal career path. So I think that, I remember with the Swan Spirit, it said time for a deep dive. Just when you are trying to find this way forward, try to like think, what are characteristics about myself that are the real me? Like, how am I showing up every day being my actual real self, not the self that others want to see, not the people pleasing self. Like, who am I really in this earth? And kind of write those things down, and it might just help give you some ideas about like what this path could be exactly. Is like, how can I show up more authentically in my life, because when you are yourself, other people really respond to that in like a very, very positive way. So I think it's really important, yeah, just kind of have a think, have a feel about what makes you your most authentic self, because I think that is really important on finding this path, is coming at it from a very, very authentic space. And the owl here, these little owls for me are always about wisdom. So I think, like, don't stress, like, all of these answers are within you. All of this clarity is going to come. Don't stress, like, yeah, you're a wise soul, and all of these answers, just do take some moments to be still, take some moments to maybe meditate and connect with these ideas that are kind of all within you, that the universe has already prepared and kind of is offering up to you. I think things will start to become very clear. Okay, let's see what this card says about what career would be best for you. Okay, so we have the ibis, and the ibis is all about acceptance. Okay, so with acceptance, this is making me think back to how we had a lot of cards about surrendering, letting spirits kind of be your guide, that this career is going to be a little bit of a surprise. This career path is going to be a bit of a surprise to you. And acceptance is kind of telling me that just kind of be very open to the things that come to you, to the options that come to you, because they might not be exactly what you are expecting or what you think. They will be a little bit unexpected, but this is possibly a path for you that is more true to the real you. So yeah, just kind of be open to that. Then we have this card. Let's see what else this provides us with. Okay, so we have the High Priestess, which says harness mystic power. So the High Priestess is someone who really trusts her intuition. She has all the answers that she needs. They are within her, and she trusts that guidance. So I really think just that is kind of saying to you that you have all of this information inside you, but it is a matter of connecting with it in order to really find that way forward. But being the High Priestess is ideal. Like, honestly, you are someone who has a really, really strong intuition. So that also makes me think that whatever career path you go down, as you are making the steps forward, you will act on your intuition. It's like you will take the steps forward that feel the best for you. Alright, so our next card is another tarot card, but these cards always have a lot of really interesting images, so it might give us some more ideas about what career would be best for you. So, okay, this is really, really beautiful. We have the Sun. The Sun is an amazing card to get in a career reading because it just speaks again of so much joy and happiness and fulfillment coming from the career path or this opportunity that is coming into your life. I see with this woman this beautiful freedom, like she almost looks like she's dancing to the rhythm of life, kind of. And we see this butterfly, which makes me think of transformation, and I think it connects back to the moth. The butterfly, like the moth, goes through a huge change. Maybe that is kind of what you are going through right now, is you're going through kind of this time of transition, trying to find the way forward, but as soon as the opportunities kind of come forth, it's going to be a huge change and transformation for you. You're going to emerge as this beautiful free person who is very happy doing what they want to do in this world. I see in the background here there is a lot of houses and bricks. This makes me think of building again. We had the beaver spirit, so I definitely see this building of a very strong foundation, creating something that was never there before. So I do see you as being some sort of builder, not literally, it could literally be becoming a builder, but it could also be just sort of creating something, a creator, a builder, a constructor of anything. There's so many things in society that are built and created. So yeah, I think that opens up huge possibilities, and these bricks definitely make me think of like a solid foundation. And we have here this like fairy, and the fairy makes me think there's definitely like some magical and mystical and kind of unexpected elements in this career. So just embrace that, accept these little magic moments in your life that are going to emerge. Okay, then we have this card. Let's see what other information this gives us. Okay, so we have here transits, and we have the word climate. So for this, it makes me think of, this is a new deck for me, so I'm not super familiar with like the traditional meanings of these cards, but I'm just kind of reading it intuitively. And I see here with this figure curled around something inside her, or this being kind of curled around, is like protecting this idea, almost like how you would protect like a baby or a child or something that you've grown. So I see that with this career path that you're going to be followed, it's going to be almost like your like kind of metaphorical baby. It's something you're creating and you're building, and you're going to be fiercely protective of it. There are, with transits, the word transits, as I said, there's a lot of transitions right now in your life that you are kind of going through, trying to find that way forward. But I see with the word climate that the conditions for the creation and the path forward are very, very promising right now. So I think that this new path, this new career is right on the horizon for you. We see in this card also lots and lots of beautiful colors. So once again, so much joy, so much happiness is going to come from this career, from this new venture that is going to be ideal for you to follow. And lastly, I have with this deck some advice, just to keep in mind. These are always, I love these cards because they're just super encouraging. So let's see what comes forward. We have, let's share outrageous stories and eat impossibly delicious cake. Okay, so I see this as being connected maybe back to this authenticity. So just embracing things that bring you joy. Maybe you are a storyteller, someone who likes to write and create stories. Maybe you like to bake and enjoy, like maybe you're a foodie and you like to, enjoy trying different kinds of foods and things like that. So just embrace these sort of characteristics about you that bring you joy, because that is going to be the fuel for this fire, basically, is getting to be your authentic self, do the things that you love, will really push you quite forwardly onto this path that you're supposed to follow in your career, if you choose to. Obviously, this is a reading that is just providing some perspective, so you always have free choice in all of these. Any tarot reading you follow is always just a window to all the possibilities that are available to you. We also have invite someone to dangerous tea. Allow the outrageous. Tea time is the caffeine version of nap time. Fling yourself into storytelling and tea sipping. Reveal the best dangerous self. There are no rules. Wear hats and gloves and tell your most fabulous stories. Invite someone you've always wanted to meet and be an adventure. So that just kind of, there's a couple of things there about storytelling once again, tea sipping. Maybe these are things that you enjoy to do that you should just keep doing more of because I think it could really help tap into your authentic self. And be an adventure. I think that whatever this path is that is for you, it's going to be a huge adventure. But I think that you are really, I can sort of sense that you're really excited about some new adventure, and I think you will jump into it head first because it's going to be super, super exciting for you. We also have, we forget how much our love matters. We think, we travel unseen in this world. Actually, we are all acutely aware of each other. So I think that I just see that once again connecting to that authentic side of yourself is remembering that love is all around you, doing every action with love, kind of remembering that others also are, I think the first choice in everyone's life should always be that of love, and to approach all matters through the eyes of love. So I think that just keeping a really positive attitude about this adventure, about how people will react to it, is going to be really helpful on this journey. And let's just see. You are seen, you are known, you are loved. So I think that whatever this career path is, it's going to be, here's another, I see this flower here, and that makes me think of blooming again. So you're going to bloom in this job, you are going to become maybe quite well known, you're going to be seen by a lot of people, and you're going to be loved. Like, people are going to really enjoy what you are bringing into the world and what you are creating and building. So I think that's a beautiful card to end this reading on. And I really hope that this has been helpful to you, that has provided some insight. I think you're going to create something really awesome in this world and in this life. And I wish you so much joy and luck and adventure on this new path forward. So thank you for joining me here, and I'll see you again soon. Hi Pile 2, welcome to your reading. Today we are asking, what is the most ideal or the best career path for you to follow? And we've got a whole bunch of cards here. There are some oracle cards, some tarot cards, so we'll see what comes through. This is a general reading, so just take what feels good to you. Trust always your intuition, and disregard any advice that you think is not for you. And I hope that this reading will give you some perspective and some ideas about the options that are available to you. So you chose this beautiful, beautiful stone. I don't know the name of it, I still have to figure that out, but it has these amazingly beautiful, rich markings inside it. And it's a really, really solid kind of choice. It kind of makes me think of you being someone who has just so many different layers to you that, that might be something about you. Okay, so we're going to start with these cards, which are going to give us some idea about what is the best career path or the most ideal career path for you to follow. So let's see. First of all, we have brown bear spirit, which says take time out. We have the scarab beetle spirit, which says magic works through you. And we have the buffalo spirit, which says the abundant universe will provide. Okay, so what I'm seeing straight away with these cards that have come through is I'm really drawn to all of these feathers in both the bear card as well as the buffalo card. There are feathers. So this kind of makes me think of the path that you're getting into is something that is just kind of going to take flight. When you find that right path, it's going to just kind of take you off on a whole journey that is just going to flow really, really smoothly and easily. With the scarab beetle, I see all of these beautiful colors on the back of the scarab beetle, and that kind of makes me think of you being someone who is really creative. I think that possibly a path in the creative realm is something that you would be really good at. If we go back to our stone that you chose over here, I mean, there's so many beautiful colors. There's reds and oranges, black and beige inside the stone. So it definitely makes me think of you having within you this really beautiful, colorful, creative world that is just sort of edging to be shown to the world. I see with the bear and the buffalo that you are a very strong, rooted person, someone who is like both of these creatures are just very, very strong, like very they stand in their power. You know, the buffalo, and both of them are looking directly at us. So I just see that you are someone who has a very strong foundation within you. So whether you know that now or you don't, I think that that is definitely a characteristic of you that is something that you need to really try and step into, because it is going to really propel you in your career path. I think maybe stepping into that confidence of, if it is in the creative realm, definitely having that confidence within yourself that you have something to offer to this world. You have a beautiful, interesting, unique, creative sense that the world is definitely asking to be shown, and I think that you just need to really try to step into that, like with the brown bear and the buffalo, that's confidence in being able to show that creative side to the world. The card of the scarab beetle is, it says here, magic works through you. So I think that you are like spirit, and the universe has given you this awesome, awesome gift that is just begging to be shared with the world. And we have the scarab beetle also has these wings here. So like we spoke in the beginning with the feathers, kind of just once you step into that power that you have, that is within you, it will just take flight so naturally. So I definitely am seeing something really in the creative realm for you. There's such beautiful colors here in these cards, and it does say on the brown bear spirit, take time out. So maybe right now, since you may be watching this reading and wondering like what is the career path to follow, it just makes me think that you possibly are in that stage where you do need to kind of just sit still with yourself and take some time to really connect with who you are as a person. This can be done through meditation, it can be done through journaling, through sitting in nature quietly, like without any distractions around, and really trying to connect with who you are. in order so that you can then show, once you know who you are as a person, then you're able to show and share that with the rest of the world. It says here that on the buffalo spirit, which is a really awesome sign for you, is that the abundant universe will provide. So always remembering to be grateful for everything that is in your life currently, being grateful for this awesome gift that you already have within you, this creative talent, and knowing that no matter like what stage you are at right now in your life, maybe it is a stage where you feel like you don't have that much, or that the universe is kind of, that you're feeling a little bit out in the cold. Don't worry, because literally having faith in the fact that you are going to be leading a abundant life, it's here in the cards. So I really see that once you do step into your power, that abundance and that flow in being on the right career path is going to really just happen so naturally for you. And this number on the buffalo is 10, which 10 for me is always like a very stable number. I mean, we have like 10 of cups, 10 of swords, 10 of all the 10s are sort of a very stable number. So I definitely see that you don't need to worry too much about your stability in terms of abundance. It's definitely on its way to you. Okay, let's take a look then at these cards and see what else they can provide us. These cards are sort of just picture cards, but there's often some really interesting imagery in them that can give us some other ideas of a career path that is best suited for you. So, first of all, we have this card, which is very interesting. I'll put them all out and then I will speak about them. We also have this card, which is quite cool. And then we have this card as well. Okay. So I'm seeing a few different options in these cards that could kind of give you some clues about what career path is best suited for you. So besides being in the creative realm, which I definitely think that a lot of you who are watching this reading, that that creative spirit is within you. So I definitely think a creative career path would be very good for you. I'm also seeing with this card, there are so many books in this card, and kind of this guy is just chewing up the knowledge that he's getting from these books. So it could be something to do with something in like acquiring also more knowledge. So maybe any kind of career that involves researching, that involves looking at history, that involves books and reading. That could also be a career path that would be quite suitable for you, is because from this card I get the idea that you are someone who really is interested in learning more things, interested in honing your skills, on gaining more knowledge and wisdom as you pursue this path of life. So I think if you are someone who is very creative, that is something that on this journey you will have to really, in order to progress forward, always kind of have that mindset of constantly being open to learning new things and to gaining more knowledge, so that you can hone in on your skills and your talents to best show it to the world and to feel really good about it within yourself. I also see I'm drawn really to also this red, and also in these other cards there's a lot of red as well, and in your crystal stone here we had a lot of red, and that definitely makes me think of the root chakra and being connected to your root chakra is kind of all about being very balanced and connected to the earth and connected to your confidence. So I think really trying to step into your most confident self through self-belief, through trusting in the universe, through pursuing and showing your talents to the world, through learning more about like how you can progress in your career, you will be able to step into that more confident self, which is very, I think, important in this sort of career path, is having that really solid foundation and balance within yourself. I see with this card that it could be that along this career journey you form a partnership that is going to really help you step up to other levels and achieve a kind of common goal together. This could be with a love interest, it could be with a friend, it could be with just a business partner. It could also speak of collaboration within community with other people, that this is not necessarily a journey that you're only going to do on your own. There's going to be other people that will help you step up these stepping stones and kind of build a really cool creation together, and like as a whole. So I think that's kind of what I see, and definitely lots and lots of red in here again. But I think that your journey is going to have a very as you're going up the steps, usually it takes a little bit of time, but it's every time you go up a step you are gaining more strength, and you can see these people are like warriors, like she's got her staff there, and her she's very strong, and so is he, and he's got his shield, and they are warriors. So I think remembering that you are that very, very strong person, there's a strength inside you that will help you continue along this path, even when it seems difficult and when it seems like you don't know if you're going forward in the right direction. Keep moving one step up, even if it is a challenge at times. You're a very strong person, and I definitely see that strength within you to keep pursuing your dreams. I see with this card we definitely have a picture of the world there. So this could also mean something to do with the career path that you follow. Could have to do with a lot of traveling. It could mean that the world will become more open to you in terms of like your work will spread around the world, and other people will be able to benefit from the things that you put out into the world. I see these look to me like moths, and it's like moths that are kind of being drawn to this flame almost in the middle. So I think people will be really inspired by what you are putting out into the world, especially if it is in the creative realm. I think that creativity can really, really help. By sharing your creativity with others, you really do help to inspire along the way. So I think that is a really awesome message here. And I see all these like chains, these gold chains, so that kind of makes me think of abundance as well. Again, is that don't worry, there is a lot of abundance in your future on this career path that you choose to follow. So yeah, that's kind of the messages I'm getting from those cards. Let's see now with your tarot cards. We have two cards that came out. What further information this can give us. Okay, so you have the Three of Pentacles. That's great. And you also have the Queen of Cups. So this is so beautiful. Wow, 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 wow. Okay. The Three of Pentacles definitely speaks about that collaboration aspect, working with others to create something really amazing and unique. You can see here these people are creating like this macrame kind of and knitting and crocheting, like kind of again in the creative realm. So I definitely think you are sort of this creative person that needs to kind of step into your creative being and follow that path as a career, and definitely working with others and being open to collaboration will help you grow for sure in this career path. I also see with the Queen of Cups, this is so beautiful. The Queen of Cups is someone who is very open to, very stable in her emotions. She's not scared to show her emotions with others. She is very peaceful in the fact that she is balanced within those emotions. You can see here how she's half in water and half out of water. But she's just very connected to herself here, and I think that for a lot of creatives are people who are very sensitive. So I see in the Queen of Cups that sort of sensitivity that is maybe within inside you, and it's sort of with the two bear and the buffalo being very strong spirits. There's like this interesting dichotomy of you being someone who is very sensitive, but then also at the same time someone who is very strong and powerful. So it's about creating that and finding that balance of those two very interesting characteristics. I think you are able to connect to others and to yourself and to the world through your very sensitive nature, but you are also able to be very strong in how you present yourself as well. So that's very admirable, I think, to others, is that kind of personality where you have a very interesting balance of both of those characteristics. So I think you will be using them to your advantage in this career path. Okay, then let's see what information this card will give us on what career path is ideal for you to follow. Okay, so that's really interesting. You are definitely the creative group. Right here we've been speaking so much about creativity, and then this card comes out. So this is definitely confirmation for you that you need to really follow a creative career path. We have these beautiful painting here of these Easter eggs, and Easter is that time of spring and blossoming. We have flowers here, we have blossoms on the trees. So I definitely think that your career path is just going to blossom as soon as you step into this creative being that you are. Rabbits are also these very fertile creatures who are just able to create create a lot within their lives, and quite rapidly create. So I think that is really interesting, and this over here also makes me think a little bit of the Wheel of Fortune. So I think that the powers that be are basically just really trying to indicate to you that there's a lot of prosperity in your future if you follow a creative path. That's so nice for you. I'm really excited about this for you. Then over here we have another card which will hopefully give us some more information. Okay, we have the dog, which says forgiveness. So what I'm seeing here is with forgiveness, and also all these really red colors that are coming out again, is I think that you have maybe been kind of going back and forth about whether a career in the creative path is the best for you. And I just think with this card, Spirit and the universe is kind of trying to tell you it's okay to have those feelings of uncertainty. It's okay to not always be like completely certain about what is the way forward. It is about trusting that there's a lot of magic and a lot of abundance within you, and taking time out with the bear spirits to really forgive yourself for having those feelings of not being enough, or not knowing what to do, or uncertainty. Like, everybody goes through times when they feel that way. A dog is someone who is very loyal, and I also just see with the dog coming out here that I think the message is to forgive yourself for that uncertainty and be loyal to who you are as a person, to this creative spirit that is within you. Trust that everything is going to be okay. I think really try and step into your confidence with this red that's coming out, because there's such beautiful energy here for you on this career path. So yeah, that's a little message of just be kind to yourself on this journey. You're going to figure out the way forward. Just keep stepping into your creative power and being confident about what you're putting out into the world. We also have this card, which is the eagle. So that's really beautiful. It says see from a higher perspective. So that is like really nicely connected to everything here that's been in this reading already, is that just keep a really wide vision about the journey being like it's going to have a lot of small steps along the way, but the bigger picture is that everything is going to work out really nicely for you. And just always keep in mind that small steps are going to lead to a much bigger abundance in the end. So just remember that even if the journey is a little bit hard with each step, as we spoke about, there is this promise here with these cards, and if you do choose to take this career path and pursue it, that if you keep that higher perspective, that everything is going to work out, that you're being supported by spirit and the universe, that you're being encouraged to share your creativity with the world, that everything is going to be okay. So I definitely see that with the eagle here. The eagles fly really high up in the sky, and they look down and they have a very big perspective of the land below them, and they don't get too caught up on the small details. They sort of fly down every now and then and hone in on like some prey that they want to pick up, but generally they just really enjoy soaring high through the sky and kind of keeping that view down on everything that is below them. Over here we have these two cards, which are tarot cards. These cards always have some really interesting imagery that I think could provide some extra clues on your career path going forward. So, okay, let's see. We have the Six of Coins, so the Six of Pentacles, and we have the Star. So that's so beautiful. I'm so excited for you for this career path. I really hope that you do step into this, your creative being. The Six of Pentacles is all about equal give and take. So finding balance within whatever situation you're in. Everything that comes to you, always try to give it back, and I think that's really important in a creative career, is that sharing your art with the world, sharing your creativity with the world is going to give you so much in return. So it's going to be this beautiful give and take between you and the people around you and your community. And I think I see a lot of what you're going to be doing is like going to help other people who need some inspiration in their life, who need some encouragement, some hope, because a lot of these people here are obviously don't look as they are in a great situation as she is. So I think that what you are putting out there into the world is really going to help inspire a lot of people and give them a lot of encouragement on their journeys as well. So I think that's really beautiful and a really nice thing to keep in mind as you are going down this path. The Star always speaks about dreams and wishes coming true, all your hopes and desires and the things that you want to achieve in the world working out for you. And I see here just once again a lot of like help, like this sort of helping hand situation of this, back to kind of similar to this card, this give and take, a beautiful balance between you and the universe. I see here with the stalks to me always speak of abundance as well. So I definitely see with the stalk kind of showing up in this reading that there is once again a lot of abundance within you, that I think the world does need to see. You can see in the background of this card a lot of destruction, a lot of unhappiness. So I think that, but the star is kind of shining her light brightly and sharing that with the world, and I think that's helping a lot of others around. So I think that's a beautiful message on this career, or like that could be a really good reason to follow this career path, is that you're going to light up the world in a way, and in a really, really special way that's going to really, really help a lot of other people. Okay, then we have this card which will give us some other information. Okay, the second house, which is all about resources, and I mean we have on here a whole bunch of money piled up there. This hand is holding an apple, so I think that, and it's kind of interesting that the differences between the two parts of this card are like this black background, but then there is also so much color in here as well. So this sort of like maybe what you're going through right now is feeling like you are sort of in this grayness, that you don't really have that much in terms of resources and abundance. But I think with this card coming out is that there's definitely a lot of abundance within you and around you, and that is coming to you on this career path. So I mean we have so many coins here. And apples to me always speak about being like fruitful and resourceful, using what you have while you have it right now, because I'm sure that even if you don't have that much right now, there are still some things, some resources that you can use on this creative path right now. Use what you have, and as you share what you create with what you have right now with the world, more and more will come back to you. And yeah, that's just so, yeah, definitely this is a really nice card coming out for you. So yeah, this career path is definitely going to be abundant for you, but believe that it is going to be, even if it doesn't feel like it right now. Okay, then these two cards are going to end off the reading, which is they're going to give a little bit more of some advice about your ideal career path or something that you should be following. And this is what the first one says: write your life so that others may be illuminated. That is so beautiful, because like we said, sharing your creativity with the world is going to inspire so many other people in their lives, so that their lives can also be illuminated. So I think that speaks beautifully back to the equal give and take, that balance between what you give and what you receive. And yeah, that's, and with the word write, I kind of get the idea of in the book, so maybe writing is your creative outlet, maybe writing is something, if it's not art, if it's not music, then it could be writing that is going to really help shine your light onto this world. We also have on the back here, the book of your life is rare and marvelous. So I think always remember that you do have a story within you that is worth sharing with the world, a creativity. I mean, look at all these beautiful colors on this card, that is worth sharing with the world, because it's really going to help inspire others. So I'm so excited for you. You definitely need to step into this creative realm, onto this creative career path. And then we have here, love imperfectly. So that kind of makes me think back to this forgiveness card, is that nobody in this world is perfect. We are all people that have, like with this crystal, so many different layers to us, so many different complexities, that just remember to enjoy that side of yourself. Don't shy away from it. forgive any feelings of doubt in yourself. Always kind of remember that we are imperfect beings, and to love yourself unconditionally, to love others unconditionally, despite the fact that we are all imperfect, that we do have so many layers to ourselves. And the back of the card says, loving is the whole point. Full stop. I think I really do believe in that. Loving is the whole point. Love imperfectly, keep surprise close at hand, make lots of mistakes, be willing to live in between right and wrong. So this whole journey is going to be a stepping stone, a stepping path. There are going to be mistakes, but you are a very strong, confident person, full of creativity that the world needs to receive from you, because you have so much within you to give others. And don't stress about the little mistakes. We are all imperfect beings, and I think being your authentic self and remembering to love yourself no matter what, to love others no matter what, is really going to help guide you on this journey. So I think that is kind of, I really do see a creative path in your future, and I really do hope that you step into and onto this creative path, because there's so much beauty here to share with the world. So I wish you all the best on your career adventure, and yeah, I hope to see you soon. Hi Pile 3, welcome to your reading. Today we're going to be looking at what is a career path that would be good for you to follow, what is a career path that would be best suited for you. We have today a whole bunch of different cards. There's oracle cards, tarot cards, and I'm really excited to see what comes through for you. Always use your intuition with these readings. They are general readings, and just take what resonates with you, what feels good, and what you think works for your path, and disregard anything that doesn't. So let's get started. You chose this beautiful, beautiful pink rose quartz. It's one of my favorite stones. It's just so calming to look at and so peaceful. And the color just really speaks of this sort of grace and beauty and calm. So that's an interesting choice for you. So first of all, we're going to start with these cards, which will give us some idea of a career path that would be best suited for you. Okay, so first of all, we have the Nightingale Spirit, which says love is all around. We have the Deer Spirit, which says bring a gentle touch. We have the Otter Spirit, which says you are never alone. And we have the Hummingbird Spirit, which says be here now. Okay. I'm immediately from these cards straight away, and especially also with the crystal that you chose, getting the message that a career path that would be really ideal for you, because you are such a gentle and calm person, is something to do with helping others. I really understand with this Otter Spirit card and the message of you are never alone. That is something that I think in a career that is helping other people, it is a message that you will be able to give to other people, is to let them know that they are not alone in this world. No matter what hardships they're going through, there's always someone out there that is able to spread some love, because love is all around. So I think you are a being that is truly just a beautiful, calm spirit, and being able to help other people, so in a way looks to me like it would be a really ideal career path for you. There is, even in this Otter card, there is a beautiful heart here. So I think you have a very caring, calm nature about you that could be really, really helpful to other people. So careers that help other people, there's so many different ones out there, but I do see this as being maybe a career path that is sort of maybe in healthcare, in guidance, spiritual guidance, in any other kinds of guidance, where even being someone who volunteers your help to others, just out of the good nature of your heart. I think you're a really giving person, and this is a career path that would be really, really, really beneficial to you and also to others in this world. With the hummingbird spirits, I see first of all with this beautiful, with all the colors in this picture, that your presence is kind of like in this world is something that when people are around you, they just, it like your light and your brightness and everything just sort of radiates out to everybody else. And with the message be here now, I think that you are someone who is always very grounded in the present moment, like you're not thinking too far ahead. So being grounded in the present moment really helps you see what things need to be said at that time, what actions need to be taken at that exact moment in time, like what other people need at that present moment in time. And I think that's a beautiful gift that you have, of being able to tap into the needs of others right then and there, and being able to use your love and your heart and bring this gentle touch of being able to help people in that sense. The deer is just such a beautiful, beautiful animal, so calm and quiet, and the way that they move through the forest is so graceful. Like you almost sometimes don't even know that they're right there, but there are actually a lot of deers. Even in the city forest, there's a lot of deers around, and they're just such beautiful, calm spirits. So this is so nice for you. I really think that a career in terms of helping others and using and sharing that really big heart that you have is going to be really beneficial for you. I also see, lastly, with the sort of loudspeaker or this music that's kind of radiating out here on this Nightingale Spirit card, is that being able to use your voice, and so maybe even singing would be another thing, because singing and songs and music can really be very helpful to other people in spreading love and spreading messages of hope and kindness. So that could be another career path for you that would be a nice one to follow. Also, this also reminds me of speaking, public speaking. So any kind of way that you can use your voice in this world to help others would also be a really interesting career path for you. Maybe starting a podcast, sharing your own experiences, or just public speaking of some kind. Yeah, definitely something to do with helping others. There's a lot of that here, because I think your personality is really geared in that sense, being this very kind and gentle spirit. Let's have a look then at these cards. You've got quite a few of them compared to the other readings, but these cards are they're mostly just pictures, but they've always got a lot of really interesting imagery that can give us some other ideas about what career path would be ideal for you to follow. Okay, we have here this image, so I'll lay them down and then I'll talk about them in a moment. We have this. We have this image. This image. And lastly, this one. Okay, I'm already kind of sensing a lot of interesting things here. Actually very, very much connected to the messages that have already come out. With these two images here, there is, in both of these images, this sort of play between the dark and the light. So we have here this very dark underground and even a bit of a stormy kind of sky beyond, but all this beautiful blue is kind of calming and tempering that storm there. And in this image we have this dark sort of section, and then we have this light section. So I think that an ideal career for you would be something that is helping people realize a way to kind of get out of this darker side and move up into this lighter area, or move into a more calmer space for themselves. So definitely see that in these images, helping people build a very solid foundation for themselves in this life, that they are also calm and gentle and kind and coming from a place of love like you do and like you live your life. I see here in this image, I see movement. I mean, the turtle is someone who kind of moves very, very, very slowly and very calmly, but they do move from A to B, and they carry their home and their whole being kind of on them. And I think that in this job that you will, if you choose to follow this path, you will maybe come across a lot of opportunities to move to different places, to move around, to spread the word of kindness and love and joy and all the other things that people in our world really need to hear through movement. So through traveling, through taking your story and your whole self, your beautiful self, and sharing that with others in different places other than where you live currently. And yeah, once again with these colors in the middle, it's kind of like reminds me of this image. It's like that image kind of inside there. So you are kind of like carrying the key almost to the solution for, you know, how people can better their own lives. You're carrying that message inside you to share with others. I think with this card here, I see a lot of kind of like almost, I mean, there's this distinct like happiness sort of vibe to this image, and also all about families, and we've got a lot of parents and children and relationships and friendships, and I think a lot of the things that you have to share with the world could help really bring about a lot of calm in people's own relationships with themselves and with others. I see this big book here, so that reminds me maybe of even being a writer or writing down the stories that you have inside you to share with others that way. I also see a camera here, so maybe photography and sharing your stories in that way, sharing your visual view of the world could maybe also be a way that would help other people. We have a lot of lights here, so I think that you're going to light the way for others on their own journeys. I see a bicycle, so sporting, and maybe even something to do with sports or cycling could also be a really interesting way for you to move around and take your message to the rest of the world in that way, and maybe encouraging people to live their lives more outdoors than indoors is maybe like I also see this beautiful tree here, and a lot of nature in these other images as well. I think with this card, it's just all these lotuses and the water. It's like you're kind of like this lotus who is going to show people how to bloom and how to calm the rough waters and really find peace in the like temple of themselves, like you have been able to do in your own life. I think that yeah, I hope this is going to resonate with some people, but it's That's really what I'm seeing in these cards. Yeah, something really to do with shining your lights that you already have out into the world through helping others. Let's have a look at what these two cards, what further messages will come forth. Okay, we have the Six of Cups, and we have also the Ace of Wands. Okay, so that's really, really beautiful. I think that with this card, I see that possibly helping people get in touch, and even if I think back to this card too, helping people get in touch with their inner child and things that happened in their past, and kind of resolving those sort of maybe things that were hard to deal with, kind of finding solutions and finding ways to deal with them. With the Ace of Wands, I see you as being someone who has a lot of really amazing ideas within you, and this color here just makes me think again of this beautiful crystal that you chose. It's like and I always think of, like, for me, like pink and red and those sort of colors kind of make me think of the heart, and I feel like, yeah, there's so much like love and joy and ideas and creativity and things that you have to share with the world. And the Ace of Wands with this image just also makes me think of that, like, you already have all of this within you. It's just kind of like tapping into it. So you see how she is really just sitting there calmly and closing her eyes, meditating, getting in touch with her third eye and crown chakras and connecting with spirit and the universe. And it will help a lot of those really amazing qualities within you to really, really shine out. There's that flame that's just bursting over there. It's kind of begging to be shone out into the world. So I think that you are on this career path, if you choose this avenue, is really going to be able to like tap into that inner knowing of yourself, of like how to help people and how to shine your light and what to say to others to help them on their journey. Okay, let's see what this says, what other information this card gives us. Oh my gosh, that's so amazing. Generosity. I think this kind of career path for you is going to be one where you're going to be giving a lot of yourself, but I think that is something that you like and enjoy doing, and it is just something that comes so naturally to you. In this card, she is walking around in the snow, in the cold, and she's just going and handing out to different houses, fruits and veggies, and sharing her own abundance with others. And I think that's really something that is just part of you, and that you are going to really embrace on this path, is your generous spirit. So yeah, that's really beautiful. And there's also a lot of animals here. I see, we had obviously the animals in the beginning, but we have here cats, we have dogs on this card, we have birds, we have the turtle. So I think that I'm sure you're probably someone who just already has like a ton of animals around you and loves animals. And there's always that kind of saying about people who animals are attracted to. It's because they just have a really gentle and calm and kind and nurturing spirit about them, that animals are just naturally drawn to that. So I think I can see that as being you, animals are just kind of they're around you because of who you already are as a person. Okay, let's see what this one says. Okay, we have here the praying mantis, which comes with the message of patience. I really, really love praying mantises because they are honestly a really good sign. So I think this is a good sign for you that with a little patience for yourself and for your stepping into this role, and kind of how the journey is going to go. Like, everything in life does require patience, but when you wait carefully for something, as the praying mantis does, it sits there very peacefully, it waits, and eventually a little fly or something comes by, and it comes to the praying mantis, and the praying mantis almost doesn't have to do anything. It just sits there patiently waiting, and the universe delivers to it. So I think that on this journey, really like staying calm and keeping in touch with your your calm nature. Like, so it might mean because when you are giving also a lot to others, it's really important to always still make sure that your own being is like stocked up on self-love and care and nurturing yourself first before you can then go and give that to others. So I think being patient with yourself on this journey, if you feel burnt out or that you need to kind of give back to yourself, like, that is totally fine. Make sure to really always prioritize your self-love on this journey, staying calm and patiently waiting for like the next opportunity to come. I think that you're someone who knows that you don't need to rush, because you are such a gentle, kind soul. Things just will naturally sort of fall into place for you. So yeah, just a lot of patience, a lot of calm. And the colors on these two cards, this purple makes me think again of like crown chakra and third eye, and just really being connected to spirit and the universe, and to your inner knowing, your intuition, just that calm, keeping that ultimate calm in your life always. Okay, so then we have this one which says droid, which is hold the space. So this makes me think of okay, I first am noticing all this nature around again. So a lot of time in nature on this journey I think will be really important. Holding space for yourself as well as holding space for others. So because you're going to be giving a lot to others, making sure that you're always holding space for yourself as well. And this guy just really reminds me of being like just such a wise soul. I think that you know this about yourself, is that like you know where your limits are, and you're quite well aware of that. So I think just always making time first to prioritize yourself on this kind of career path will be important. Okay, then these are tarot cards, but they always have some really interesting imagery on them, so it might give us some more clues about the career path that would be good for you. Okay, we have this card, which is the Two of Wands, and then we have this card, which is the Seven of Pentacles. So the Seven of Pentacles is about putting in the work that is going to, like, sort of planting the seeds along the way, and letting them grow a bit. So it's like that, I think, yeah, like, and the Two of Wands just makes me think also of like being patient. It's like, once again, patience on this journey. So maybe you will find on this journey that abundance is not going to be like something that will happen straight away with this kind of career, that you'll have to kind of move you'll feel sometimes like you're moving very slowly on this journey. But the ultimate message is that through spending this time slowly moving forward, through sharing who who you are with others. Like, for example, in this picture, this is obviously an artist who's selling crafts at a craft fair, and that is something that goes quite slowly. You don't always make a lot of sales, but you sort of sit there through the day and you wait and you're patient, and then someone will come by and they'll see something that they like and they'll buy it, and then someone will walk by, you know, but then later another person will come by and they might like what you are selling and they'll buy it. So I think that just being very patient on this journey is really important when it comes to the abundance part. It is going to be a really abundant journey, because you'll be getting so much back, because you're giving so much to others. And the way the universe works is that it always kind of, what you give, you'll get back tenfold. So it's like, you know, the more that you give, the more it will come back to you. And I think that's like a beautiful thing about the universe, how it works like that. So just be patient about that on the journey. I do see the world, and we did speak about movement and travel, so maybe in the future with this kind of career is that there might really be a lot of traveling involved. You might get to go to places like Africa or all over, like, who knows, there's lots of interesting opportunities here. And once again, we have music, so there could definitely be a connection to music. We also have art here, crafts, selling, anything to do with selling, like we have handmade crafts, another dog in the picture. So yeah, just a lot of ideas there, but definitely with this, I just am getting the message of being very patient on this journey when it comes to the abundance part. It is going to come, but it will feel like it's moving a little bit slowly, but just be patient, because the more you give of yourself, the more you will get in return. Then we have here, and this is beautiful. This is like one of the very positive cards in this deck. It's this amazing castle, and the sun is there. We've got birds. There's just this huge abundance here, and I think, like the pinnacle of your life, the highest point is definitely going to come through following a career path that is going to help others and help yourself along the way, by sharing your love, your kindness, your gifts with other people, is going to bring about this beautiful pinnacle moment of definitely abundance. And this is kind of like a castle almost in the sky, you know. It's something that is in your future if you choose to follow this, and so much joy. I think you are going to feel really so much joy just from doing something like this, from helping others, from sharing your kindness with the world. Then we have these cards, which are just some extra advice, and the first one says, love is felt in all directions. So that's kind of like, that reminds me of that give and take. So the more love that you spread in the world, the more it will spread to other people. It will, you know, like love and kindness and caring and generosity. It can be felt in so many different ways, and I think that's really beautiful. Like, honestly, really, really beautiful. Talents that you have, some gift you have, you are always surrounded by love. So anytime that you feel like you on this journey that maybe you're feeling a bit depleted, remember that there's also a lot of other people around you that are there to also share their love and their gifts and their kindness with you. So love is all around, and I think that's really nice to remember on this message, is just coming always and acting always from a place of love. So taking a career path that is going to really put love as the main focus is, I think, something that will be very beneficial for you and others. A poet's nap hut, dream house, sacred living, healing spaces. So we see here that you have a tree house, we've got a bicycle again, it speaks about a dream house, and we've got here this castle in the sky. So I think on this journey you're going to be able to create a like following this kind of career path is going to enable you to create a sort of nesting spot, a cocoon, a place where you feel safe and able to heal, in between kind of sharing your generous spirit with others. It's going to be this sacred place for you that you're able to recharge your spirit, so you're then able to share more with others again. Definitely with the bike, I see something definitely about outdoors, and I see here with the word poet, maybe poetry is also something that is important to you. Maybe even with healing spaces is creating, maybe ultimately on this career path, like further down the line, is that you will create a space for others to come and heal, for others to come and regenerate themselves through healing words, through love, through kindness, through speaking. Maybe that is something you will create for others, is like a healing space. But I also see it as being a space for you to also recharge on this journey. And it says here, play outside more often. So that's really beautiful. Definitely something outdoors. There's so many animals in these cards. There's so much nature. So I think it could also, this career path could definitely also be something that involves being outdoors a lot, which will be great in terms of recharging your spirit, because that's always, whenever you are feeling a little bit drained, just spend some time in nature. And it's amazing how healing nature can be with helping us recharge. I think it's really cool. The trees are kind of just able, they're just stand there, and they're able to almost like absorb everything that you don't want anymore, and then they like filter it out through themselves, and just it's like a really cool thing about trees, I believe. So anyway, if you're ever feeling on this journey like you need a recharge, then definitely go spend some time in nature. And lastly, we have let all the doing of the day float by. Stop doing just for right now. And we did have that card that said earlier on, we had be here now, and we had patience. So I think whenever you feel like you don't know what direction to go, just really stop trying to like do. And I know this is such a hard message, because for so many of us, it's like we have all these things that kind of float in our head. Like here, it's got the words bills, lose weight, hurry up, laundry, make more money, all these kind of ideas that are always like kind of floating around us, and they make us panic, and they make us want to like do. But honestly, I think stopping, calming down, being patient, sitting like the praying mantis, and just really connecting with ourselves and the present moment is so much more beneficial than always constantly doing things. So I think that's some advice, is to really kind of just stop and connect with yourself before you make steps forward. And this is a permission slip which says you have the permission, and you can write your name there, to stop doing just for now. So with that message, I think that there is so much optimism here. I see that you really are going to be a huge benefit to others in this world with your message of calm, and it could also be a very spiritual path that is ideal for you here, because that can really help a lot of people too, if you show other people how to get in touch with their calmness. So there's so many different ideas here that have come forth, but obviously different people watching, so maybe you'll find something that you will connect with. But I ultimately think that the main message is really going to be a career that involves a lot of calmness, a lot of love, a lot of peace, a lot of joy and abundance along the way, and just operating in a space that is sacred and safe for you, and always making sure to recharge yourself on the way, and being generous of your spirit with others. So sharing everything that you have learned about yourself, that you've picked up on this journey, sharing that love, kindness, generosity, calmness with others is going to be really beneficial. So I hope this reading was helpful, and thank you so much for joining me here today.